Stick around because today we're going to be reviewing two travel tripods that come in around the same price, which is about half the price of their competitor. Hey everybody, welcome back. If this is your first time dropping in, welcome. This is Raf's Reviews. I am Raf. On this channel, I say don't spend your hard-earned money on something that may not fit your needs. Let me try it out for you and help you decide if it's something that you want to buy. Today's review is not sponsored. I purchased both of these tripods on my own. You might be asking, why did I buy two tripods? Well, I'm impatient and I couldn't wait for the other one to finish on Kickstarter. About 6 months ago, I backed a travel tripod on Kickstarter because at the price that it was coming in at, it was about $30 cheaper than another tripod that I was eyeing for quite some time, but just didn't want to pull the trigger on. So I finally pulled the trigger on the one that was on Kickstarter. It probably took about 6 or 7 months, and I needed a travel tripod sooner than that, so I purchased the other one that I had been eyeing, waiting for the one on Kickstarter to get released. So now I have two. There you have it. So the first tripod is the Ulanzi & Komen travel tripod. So this was the first tripod to come out to challenge the Peak Designs travel tripod. Like I said, it's almost half the price of the Peak Design travel tripod. And the other tripod that I received from Kickstarter, it's the Hi-P travel tripod W28. So as they say in the good leagues, let's get ready to rumble! Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 2 pounds 7 ounces or 1,123 grams, 78 millimeters wide at its widest point, and 16.5 inches tall, the Ulanzi & Komen Zero travel tripod. And fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 2 pounds 14 ounces or 1,312 grams, 68.5 millimeter wide at its widest point and 17.5 inches tall, the Hi-P W22 travel tripod. Okay, so coming out of the gate, they have pretty similar design. They have quick release plates at the top, a ball head that pans and rotates, and a centerpiece that extends. When the centerpiece is extended, the Ulanzi sits at 25.25 inches high, and the Hi-P sits at 26.25 inches high. With the big difference being the Hi-P centerpiece can be removed and used as a separate tripod, which stands a little over 11 inches when the legs are extended. Okay, so extending the legs work the same way on both of these. We got 4 locking tabs on each of the legs. So pretty quick on the Ulanzi. Of course, as I say that, then I'm too weak to open up the tabs on the other one. And then with the Hi-P, so these locking tabs seem to go around a little bit further, so it's not super difficult, but it's definitely a difference extended in these legs over the Ulanzis. The Ulanzis definitely extend much easier. And oh, I see that Ulanzi's been hiding something in its pants. When the Ulanzi tripod legs are fully extended, it measures at 52.5 inches to the base plate versus the Hi-P, which is just under 50 inches. Now, like I mentioned, both of these do have center beams that can extend. So with the Ulanzis, it's just this little pull-up tab. And with the Hi-P, they've kind of got this friction lock that spins and locks it into place. So definitely much more convenient here with the Ulanzi one for quick ease of use coming up and down, because it's quite a few hand screws to get it together. Again, easy, but easier. So when the centerpieces are fully extended, the Ulanzi comes in at 62.25 inches, Heipai coming in at 59.5 inches. So I'm 5'11". Both of these would be just fine using a camera without having to scrunch down too low. Obviously, this one is almost exactly at eye level for me when fully extended. And this one, I do have to crouch a little bit to take that kind of a shot. But yeah, both of them definitely decent size for how small they are coming out the gate. Okay, so let's take a look at function. As we mentioned, they both have the quick release plates at the top. The Ulanzi is going to use that Falcam F38 plate, which is what I currently use on my camera for straps and quick release. So that definitely works out good. And the Heipai, they have their own kind of mount, but it is compatible with the F38, the Falcam F38 system, and it's also supposed to be compatible with the Peak Designs quick release system. While we're up here talking about the quick releases, the one other thing that the Heipai has is it has a little phone mount here, so you can clip your phone into place if you were wanting to take a quick picture with your phone. So let's go ahead and take a look at actually mounting on these things. So obviously I'm recording on my camera, so I'll just use my Insta360 camera, and I have the Falcam F38 plate on there. As you see, they just slide and it locks into place. I can push the tab and it slides right out. And then with the Heipai, like I said, it is compatible with the F38. So these you kind of just put in at an angle, push it down, and that little tab will lock over. And then below that, there's a little twist here that will lock it into place. Now, the tripod did come with two quick release plates. From what I understand, these plates are supposed to be compatible with the Peak Design Quick Capture. These are not compatible with the Falcam F38 though. But if you didn't have Falcam F38 on anything and you're just using this, these mounts are designed for this tripod. So so they'll work here if you don't already have quick release. Okay, so let's take a look at the ball heads. Both of them do have articulating ball heads. On the Peak Design, it's just a single finger pull, just like extending that centerpiece. Now, you do have 90-degree, both left and right, and probably about, I don't know, 25-degree forward and back on the Ulanzi. On the Heipai, this one has a little turn screw. You use that to release the ball head. So this one will only go 90 degrees on one side, and then front and back is about the same as the Ulanzi. The only difference being when these centerpieces are all the way down, you can go 90 with the Heipai. You cannot do it with the Ulanzi with the centerpiece all the way down. So the next thing that we have with the ball head is the panning feature. So on the Ulanzi, there is a thumb screw here that releases, and then the top part will rotate. On the Heipai, we have a thumb screw here off to the side, and as you see right now, it's set up in segments. You can also take an Allen wrench here, and then it'll be a smooth rotation like the Ulanzi ball head. So you might be wondering, why do you have one that has clicks and one that's smooth? So think about if you were taking motion photography and you're just spanning with your camera to take shots, you'll want that smooth so there's no vibration in the camera. But if you're taking panoramas or at night doing star photography, you'd want to feel, how many clicks I've gone to make sure that I'm getting the whole scene when I'm taking my photo. Like if I'm doing a panorama, I can count the clicks and be like 1, 2, 3, snap, 1, 2, 3, snap, 1, 2, 3, snap. So I know that I'll have a consistent panorama photograph. I can do the same with the Ulanzi. It does have markings around the ball head, so I can just look at what degree I'm at and then move X amount of degrees. But obviously at night, I'm not going to feel that feedback that I have with the Hey Pi. Okay, so for both of these tripods, the centerpiece does come out so that you can mount it underneath. So that way, you know, if you're taking low angled shots, a lot of times what you'll do is you'll take your centerpiece and you'll flip it upside down. So for the Ulanzi, we'll have to take off this here, flip it upside down. And then there you go. That one is now in under mode. And the Hey Pi, same thing. We'll just unscrew there, slide it underneath, and screw it back down. And now we have the under mode on that. So while we're on that, let's go ahead and talk about, you know, hidden features of both the tripods. We already talked about that little phone mount that's here inside the Hey Pi one. Well, for the Ulanzi, when you saw me going into sling under mode, you saw that I was unscrewing something from the tripod. Well, what I was screwing or unscrewing was the tool piece that sits underneath. So this tool can be used to tighten up all the screws for the mounts in case they come loose. So you always have that tool with you. And then we've got a female 1/4 inch mount there, and like three on the centerpiece for the Hey Pi, and 3 on the center tripod that comes out. So a total of 6 different mounting options there. Okay, and the last little hidden feature, so on the Hey Pi, well, I guess on both of them, they do come with spiked for the feet. As you see out of the box, they have the rubber pads on the bottom of the legs of the tripod, you know, for, you know, regular photography, indoor, flat ground, no big deal. But if you're on, you know, rocky terrain or icy terrain, you might want to put the spikes in the feet. So the Ulanzi, you unscrew the rubber pieces, you grab your spikes and you screw them into the base of the tripod. Now, the difference is with the Hey Pi, they're actually built into the rubber feet. So if I unscrew the rubber foot, I can take the spike part out and then screw it into the back side of the rubber foot and screw the rubber foot back in, and then I have spike at the bottom of my tripod leg. So it's great that I don't have to carry the spikes separately because they're part of the tripod. Now on the flip side, any of the adjustment screws, or like we mentioned, taking the ball head and turning it from the clicking to the smooth rotating, I have to take an additional Allen key with me, whereas the Ulanzi has one built in. So take some from one area, lose some from somewhere else. So whichever one, I guess, is more important to you. Okay, so overall, they're both really good tripods. If I had neither, I would probably buy the Ulanzi, just because it's a little bit lighter, and I do like some of the single pull tab type of release locks that they have. It's just a little bit easier to use than the Hey Pi. If I had one, I would definitely not purchase another, because they'll both do the function that you need. The only other thing that makes me think about using the Hey Pi is if I'm vlogging, I think it would be easier just to pull this centerpiece out and use this to vlog with, versus the single pull of the Ulanzi. But I mean, neither one of these tripods just have enough for me to say, oh yeah, you totally want to get this one over this one. Like I said, they're both good tripods. They're both great for travel, as you can see how skinny they are. And they're both a heck of a lot cheaper than Peak Designs tripod. So take that for as you will. That's just my thoughts on everything. But that's going to do it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the review or what your thoughts are on the product itself. Also, let me know what you'd like me to try out. I'll contact the company to see if they'll facilitate the review. And if so, I'll go ahead and make a video for it. Again, if you enjoyed the review, please give us a like and make sure you subscribe to that channel and ring that bell so you can be notified when any new videos release, which could be yours. Thanks a lot for sticking around to the end. Appreciate you. Y'all have a great day.